Hi guys, I'm Madison Hasenjager, and this is my interactive project analysis. So I did mine over the project Species and Pieces, and I chose this website just because I thought it did a really good job at relaying information and telling the story in an interactive way. And there are a lot of things to do and see throughout this website, and I just thought it was super welcoming and kept me really engaged. And I also really liked how creative approaches like this can make serious topics like endangered species feel engaging without losing their importance. So, a little explanation of what this story is about. Again, it's called Species and Pieces, and this is an interactive website that highlights 30 endangered species using different types of artwork. So, we'll kind of get into the website a little bit. So each animal is shown through a fragmented image. As you can hear, you can kind of hear a little bit of sound, but I'm going to turn that off so it's a little bit easier to hear me. So each animal is shown through a fragmented image, and these images kind of symbolize the threats they face in the wild, like habitat loss, poaching, and climate change. And as you click through the site, each species is shown through animations with short descriptions that kind of make it easier to understand why they're at risk. So if you kind of look at this one, you kind of see what's the threat, and they have videos showing these endangered species. There's a little clip for this one. There's a little bit of that one. And yeah, it kind of shows like what the threats are. And they also have a lot of information like this, just kind of going off of that. And yeah, their main goal is just to kind of raise awareness about these species and their conversion status in a way that's both educational and visually interesting. And so there's a lot of different types of media shown throughout this website, but I would say the main one is using an interactive web design. And this web design kind of lets the users explore the content more of a hands-on way. And it kind of keeps the users engaged as well. This is seen in many ways. I kind of showed some more, but when you hover over certain things, you can get more information. And as you can see, they also did many visual designs that were represented through illustrations. And this kind of just helps make the website a little bit more visually appealing. And some of this also represents the vulnerability of some of these animals in a way that's easy to understand. Um, Going back to kind of these little things, um, they also do a lot of text content, which is short descriptions that kind of provide more information about these animals and their conservation status in a way that's really, really easy to understand. And they also have some music,
Well,
which,
actually, these are the ones that get
whoops.
sent. The Helmets Hornbill.
Some music and some audio that will make the users a little bit more engaged and have certain parts of it stand out and have information stick with the users. So the way all of these pieces of media work together kind of really help tell the story. The interactive effect of the website kind of helps the users get drawn in, while the visuals, the text, and the sound all work together to tell the information in a way that will keep the users engaged while keeping the information um, and everything productive. And all of the media kind of work together to highlight how cool all of these species are, but also how fragile they are and how important this problem is. And although I do think that this website is very effective, there are some aspects of the story that I feel like could be more effectively communicated through other media. One aspect is the emotional impact. Although these animations of these animals are very visually appealing, and they may look really cool. I do think that um, it can kind of downplay the topic a little bit, and it doesn't really make you see the urgency of these animals being endangered. So kind of just highlighting more videos and real pictures of these species maybe might make the situation seem a little bit more serious. And also just giving more context and information. The site doesn't really go super deep into why the species are in trouble initially and what's kind of being done for help. So having some infographics might make it a little bit easier to understand. And I do think that this project taught me a lot about effective interactive designs and how it can grab people's attention and keep them interested. It mainly taught me how visuals can communicate ideas and emotions in ways that words alone can't. So I'm really going to try to emphasize a lot of visuals and maybe combining different types of media, um, like those text and animations, and also maybe incorporating some sound. I really liked that aspect. But seeing this, all those elements work together kind of gave me a good idea of how to make mine more interesting, especially since I am working on a more sensitive topic for my project. So, yeah, that is my interactive project analysis. Thank you so much for listening.